Hey y'all, hope you're well. I just wanted to do a quick video and go over 3 big mistakes that I made in Microstock photography with the intention or the hope that maybe you can avoid those mistakes as well, particularly if you're new to Microstock or stock photography. So let's just jump right in. The first one that I wanted to talk about was assuming that the Microstock photography market would stay solid forever. It would always be there. It would always be growing. That it would always be easy. And because of that, I think that I failed to spend enough time when I started ensuring that I had a good solid portfolio, uploading every day, uploading in different niches and different areas. I tended to focus on travel photography, skylines, that kind of thing. And that's great, but I never expanded what I was working on. I never really thought that I needed to build a diverse portfolio or a diverse skill set. And as it turns out, as we all know, things don't always stay the same. Things can get better, obviously, but they can also get worse. And so I think that I missed a really big opportunity there as far as past sales go, but also the future, because I didn't work on my skill set. I didn't expand into niche areas or new areas or try new things, and that affected me and my skills as a photographer. But even future sales, it had a negative effect because a lot of my best-selling images even today are images that I uploaded a long time ago and sold a lot and sort of worked into the algorithm and continue to sell today. So I really feel like I made a huge mistake by not just going all in when I started. And we all start at different times. Some people are starting now, but I think the message is the same. It's to go all in and make sure you do your best to get a good portfolio together, that you upload a lot, and that you try to photograph different types of things. If you're a travel photographer like me, just more than travel, do still life, product, model related, lifestyle, whatever you can do. That'll get you a better portfolio, but it'll also help you as a photographer grow. And I'm trying to practice my own advice by doing that with video. So I've really focused hard on getting a good video portfolio together, including with my mirrorless camera, also with my GoPro, iPhone, and drone. So I've been working on doing a lot of different things, and hopefully that will pay off in the future. And I'm getting better at all those areas of videography. I'm getting better at processing them and coloring and color grading and all that stuff. So that's all stuff that I just want to be good at anyway, even outside Microstock. Okay, so the second thing that I wanted to talk about is workflow. When I first started Microstock photography, I didn't even have a workflow. I basically processed the images individually, then I uploaded them to the various sites. Then once they were uploaded, I individually, on each site, described, titled, keyworded the images. Then I'd go to the next one and I'd do it all again. And you know what, that was a huge mistake because it cost me a lot of time where I could have been out producing better and more content. It's also maddening to have to do that. So yeah, going from one site and doing all this keywording and then going to the next site, doing it again. I mean, it's really prohibitive and it makes it really hard to upload, especially in the volume game that Microstock has really become now. So what I did is I sat down, figured out what kind of workflow I needed to do to make life easier for me, to enable me to produce a lot of content and get it up on the sites quickly. And I came up with a workflow that worked for me. I'm trying to sort that out with video right now, doing a little few experiments with that. But basically I have a workflow that's efficient and effective and allows me to upload to as many sites as I want. I don't restrict myself based on the time. Now I only restrict myself based on the quality of the site as far as its ability to move assets to customers. So if you don't have a workflow, set up and you're still doing the sort of editing on one site and then to the next to edit and then to the next to do your descriptions and keywords, there's a ton of Microstock photographers on YouTube who have gone over their workflows. I have myself, but you can look at any of those YouTubers and just design a workflow that works for you. It'll save your this thing here, and it'll make your life a lot easier, and you'll be less likely to drop out and quit as you're building your portfolio up from scratch. The third thing that I wanted to talk about is being lazy with descriptions and keywords. Particularly these days, you can't be lazy with your descriptions. You have to be specific. You have to say what it is that your subject is. If you're in the city of London and you take a bunch of photographs, you just can't say pictures from the city of London and then have a few general keywords. You really need to describe it. You really need to help buyers find your images. And so if you're in an area where you can specifically describe that image, you can give some keywords so that buyers can find that specific image. That'll really help allow you to lead potential buyers to your images and help kind of avoid the tidal wave or the avalanche or the tsunami of images that you're competing against. I guarantee you there are photographers out there who will be doing the work to describe their images very specifically and put in the best keywords to describe those images to get the buyers to their images ahead of you. And so you really want to focus that. And even little things like spelling mistakes, that still trips me up sometimes, in part because I do my keywording in Adobe Lightroom, and I tend to make spelling mistakes because I'm in a hurry and I'm sort of pushing things fast. So nothing kills your image quicker than your main subject being spelt wrong in your keywords. So little things like that. And then also each site has, well, not each site, but some of the sites have different expectations around keywording. For example, like adobestock has that ranking keywords where your top 5 keywords have much more relevance than the rest. And as you get down to the 40th keyword, those don't actually matter that much on Adobe. So if you want to make sure that your images are selling and your keywords are working, make sure that they're accurate, make sure that they're the appropriate keywords, and make sure that you're using the system the way you're supposed to be to ensure that your top keywords rank the way they need to rank in order for your buyers to find those images. All right, so those are my top 3 mistakes on Microstock's, mistakes that I've hopefully corrected. And hopefully you're not making them and you're just thinking, oh man, Jeff, you're a fool. But if you're not and you're doing them, yeah, just look at that, because that will really help you push your stock photography into a position where it's actually sellable and visible to buyers. Hope this was helpful, and we will see you on the next one. Take care out there.